Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is 3-Chord Dave. Thank you very much for joining me today, where we're going to talk about Gibson again. So guys, a few weeks ago I made a video about Gibson and how I think they're becoming the most trolling company in the world of guitars. You can check it out up here in the cards and the thingy pops out, and you know, there's some interesting points in there, I believe, that Gibson basically phoned in the last year. And when it came to NAMM, they didn't have anything to show us, and they were like, hey, we got stuff coming soon. And they didn't really show us anything. They were like, here's a picture of somebody, here's a picture of somebody else. We've got guitars, honestly, promise. But it was very, very underwhelming what they actually brought to NAMM or the Believe in Music Week. So, you know, I was starting to wonder, well, what the hell are they doing? And they had a video with Gene Simmons. They had one with Nancy Wilson. They did a few things here and there. But what they've done here, and why I'm a little bit annoyed today with them, is we have another addition to the $10,000 Gibson guitar collection. Now, if you've been around guitars for a while, you will know that a lot of people say, oh, Gibson just sell guitars to doctors and lawyers and dentists and people who have lots of money to hang on the wall, to put on display, to never play a note on. And that's always bothered me. I'm like, well, you know, why would people do that? And listen, there's nothing wrong with people who have a lot of money, because there's people out there who have a lot of money buying things that are expensive. That's fine. PRS sell expensive guitars. I don't get annoyed with them. You know, the private stock, that's an unbelievable guitar purchase. Fender have like a prestige collection. That's expensive. Nobody cares about that. And where Gibson, I think, are crossing the line is they tend, in most cases, for these $10,000 guitars, to put someone's name on them. And in all but one exception, as far as I can see so far, those people are no longer with us. So they have no way of saying, hey, yeah, stick my name on that thing that's going to annoy people. That's fine. And I don't think they're the kind of people who would want their majority of their fans ruled out of purchasing something. Adam Jones, for example, he is the one person who is still alive when his $10,000 guitar came out and was stolen off trucks. You know who else? Jimi Hendrix, because, you know, well known for playing Gibson Flying V's and SGs. I love the part where they said there, oh, Jimmy played his SG when there was no one watching. I mean, we know, yeah, he played an SG from time to time and Flying V from time to time. But come on, $10,000 signature models? You know what you would do, Gibson? If you sold those for $1,700, you would sell thousands and thousands and thousands of them. So I'm just saying, you know, hire me as a business consultant if you want. Who else? Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry has a signature model ES350T. And it's $10,000. Now, I know Chuck Berry was working with Gibson before his death on this guitar, on a signature model. Do I believe he wanted it to be $10,000, ruling out the majority of people who would want to buy a Chuck Berry signature guitar? No, I do not think so. Chuck Berry was very much a man of the people, and you know, he came up from somewhere. The $10,000 was not something you spent on a guitar. Let's just put it like that. So it's hard to believe that that is a valuable purchase for any Chuck Berry fan. And then you have the newest edition, the Tom Petty signature model, the SJ200 Wildflower. Tom Petty was a wonderful artist. You know, some great tunes, some great bands, obviously things like the Traveling Wilburys, songs, you know, just that are instantly recognizable. People love Tom Petty. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands, millions of fans all over the world. And if you want to buy his signature model guitar from Gibson, it's going to cost you $10,000. And there's only 100 of them. Now, that 100 number, that means scarcity. So that's, you know, people are going to jump on it, right? Here's why I think they're making 100. 100 times 10,000 is 1 million. And that's the only reason they're making 100 of these guitars and selling them for $10,000. If you sold these guitars at $2,000 and you would sell 5,000 of them easily, 6,000, 7,000 of them around the world. It might take you a while, but you would, and you'd make more money. So Gibson, again, if you want to hire a business consultant, I'm your dude. I mean, this is my job application, pretty much. Ranting about Gibson on YouTube. I mean, you know, that's what I do now. So there's that, but there's also other examples of this. Like, I don't think, for example, that Trini Lopez would be super thrilled about his signature model guitar being available in 2021 for $6,000. And that's just, you know, these are just examples of where Gibson is absolutely just out of touch with people. And then there are other artists which they're selling guitars much cheaper. So are their guitars worse than these other guitars? Is there something special about this $10,000 guitar? Does it play itself? Do the chords come to you easier? Do the notes come to you easier? Are these like super guitars? Do they contain magic? I don't know. And obviously, look, PRS make the private stock collection, and those look amazing. I don't know if you saw the video they released recently about the private stock process and everything. I watched it and I was drooling. It was amazing. I was like, oh, if I ever get super rich, I'm going straight to PRS. I want one of those. That'd be cool. So I've no problem with people buying expensive guitars. I've no problem with people who have lots of money using it to buy things that are cool. That's fine, you know, and that's happened all over the world. But I do have a problem with Gibson putting $10,000 of a price tag on a guitar because it has someone's name attached. And that person is not around to say, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Because I think it's really ridiculous to think that Tom Petty wants his fans to pay $10,000 for a guitar. Now, did Tom Petty have some rich, fancy people, guitar fans? Yeah, probably. Are they all going to buy his guitar and play it all the time? No. Those 100 guitars are going to go into vaults, or they're going to go into display cases or onto walls, or they're just not going to leave the case they arrive in. It's one of those things. It seems a weird business model for Gibson. And here's the thing, Gibson, if you're out there, Mark, Cesar, you know, you guys, I know you don't watch my channel, but you should. There are so many people out there who want Gibson guitars, because Gibson is an aspirational brand, but not because they cost $10,000, not because they cost $7,000 or $8,000 or $5,000, not because of that. You know why? Because Joe Perry played one, because Slash played one, because Jimmy Page played one, because Eric Clapton played one, because the Beatles had one. You know, because all of these bands that we listen to, and that's the important thing, listen to, play Gibsons. And so people want to own Gibson guitars for those reasons. And more in recent years, Gibson are not appealing to the people who want Gibsons. But you know who are? All the other guitar companies in the world. And Gibson are busy suing people and making guitars that only rich people who don't even play guitar can buy. And it's not right. Gibson, get your act together. Make guitars for the people. Good, honest, just awesome guitars. That's all it takes. You know, price them between $1,000 and $2,000, and then have everything else over that be fancy. You know, if you had a $1,500 guitar and you said, this is the Jimi Hendrix model, you'd sell millions. You'd be $1 billion company again, or, you know, probably make more than that anyway. But you'd make a lot more money, is my point. People don't need Gibson guitars to come with a bag of magic and 10 pieces of silver and some spell from Gandalf the Great. But what they do need is guitars that are awesome, that are quality controlled properly, that are reasonably affordable, and that are just well-made, beautiful instruments. And you're letting us down on that side, and you're letting us down in how you're presenting things to us. The people who have the $10,000 for a guitar will be there. But the people who have 1,000 or 800 or 400, you're losing them. And there's more of them, and it's worth more than all of the people with the 10,000 for one guitar will ever be. So Gibson, this is the second time I've had to make a rant video about you in this year. So if you could get your act together, please, make some decent guitars, stop overcharging people, and please, whatever you do, don't forget to like and subscribe. Guys, thanks very much for watching. Let me get that off my chest. I promise I will try not to make this a monthly Gibson rant kind of thing. Although I kind of like it. I like giving out about them because they're doing everything wrong. So there you go. But let me know your thoughts on Gibson in the comment section below. Also, what did you think of that PRS private stock video that dropped a couple of weeks ago? Did you see it? Were you amazed? And if you had all the money in the world, what's the first guitar you'd buy? Anyway, guys, that's me for today. I will see you again Saturday. Thanks for joining me. Take care.